and welcome to this latest installment of the Hometown Football League, HTFL Football. As you can see there on the screen, I'm Big Paulie. Today we got a pretty good game. The St. Louis Maroons, a combination of Rams and Cardinals, take on the Gold Raiders of San Francisco, a combination of the 49ers and Raiders. This is game number 14 of week number 7 in the HTFL. San Francisco a 4-point favorite. I'll be controlling the Gold Raiders. The computer will have control of St. Louis. 71 degrees, a light wind at Levi's Stadium, just south of San Francisco in Santa Clara. St. Louis won the toss deferred. San Francisco will receive. Kurt Warner and Y.A. Tittle will be your quarterbacks. Dick Vermeil and Bill Walsh, a couple of coaching legends patrolling the sidelines for their respective teams. St. Louis in white, San Francisco in a maroonish red. Woodson back deep, that's Abe Woodson, back deep for the Gold Raiders, along with Washington and McElhenney. And Woodson will return it 2 yards deep from his end zone to the 20 and out to the 25, but that's an illegal block.
10-yard penalty.
And that moves San Francisco half the distance. Lester Hayes on the kick return team. So San Francisco starts from their own 10. They have on offense Gore and McElhenney at running back, Rice and Owens at wideout, Soltel at tight end, Tittle at quarterback, Shell, Upshaw, Otto, Cross, and St. Clair, a very motley crew of offensive linemen for the Gold Raiders. For St. Louis, Carter, Little, Brockers, and Walker, your front four. Junior, Minert, Stallings, your linebackers, Worley, Fisher, Wilson, and Hill, your defensive backs. And on 1st and 10, we'll go to Gore on a dive. St. Louis in an unknown defense, according to the computer, and that's a gain of a yard. So San Francisco will be looking for the weak spots in St. Louis's defense. Probably see a lot of inside running, and they'll go to Gore again right here on 2nd down, and that's a pickup of 6. They want to keep, when they pass, they want to keep it away from Worley, and they want to keep it away from Wilson. That would probably be the most prudent strategy for them. Short pass to Wilson of San Francisco, 1st and 10. That's caught. And a gain of 13 before Todd Light could make the tackle for the Maroons, who had a must-win game as I open up my Coke for this particular game against Dallas last week. I thought it was must-win because Dallas is one of those teams that were better talent-wise on paper than St. Louis was, so I figured St. Louis had to win at home. But they could not get it done. Dallas prevailed in that game. And here they are trying to get a win on the road against San Francisco, which is going to be a tough bargain for them. Gore trapped left. And Gore with a nice hold, 9 yards. Wilson, number 8, came along, made the tackle for the Cardinals. We go back to a double tight end set. McElhenney on a dive. Let's not forget Hugh McElhenney is very able. Gain of a yard, and Walker on the stop for the Maroons. He's out of Duke. A 7 defensive lineman. All defensive players are rated on a scale of 1 to 10. And when you see the numbers over here for San Francisco, that's their receiving rating. Or in the case of the linemen, their blocking rating. Gore, off tackle right, 3rd and 2. Short by a few inches at the 1st down. San Francisco will challenge.
The ruling on the field is confirmed. A timeout will be charged.
When they lose a timeout and a challenge on that deal, despite the fact they had 62% odds of a successful challenge. Tommy Davis back to punt for Frisco. I think that's Terry Metcalf. No, it's Hakeem with a 3-yard return to the 13. Punt went 50, so the net was 47. For St. Louis, your offense goes as follows. Anderson and Edwards at running back. Holt, Bruce at wideout. Smith at tight end. Jackie Smith. Warner at quarterback. Pace, Dobler, DeMarco, Tinneman and Deerdorf, your offensive line. For San Francisco, a very good defense. Haley, Hardman, Namalini, and Stubblefield, your front four. Mack, Willis, Peterson, your linebackers. Brown, Hayes, Lott, Grayson, your defensive backs. And we'll see what the Maroons can do here, 1st and 10. Warner with a straight drop. He fumbles. No, that's a sack.
Offense, number 62.
And San Francisco will opt to take the sack. No, they'll take the penalty, which might be a mistake. 1st and 17 at the 6. You don't want to give Warner too many plays. A little dump off. Now there was a fumble. And that went back to San Francisco. Let's check the replay on that. The throw to 37. And I think that was Edwards. Let me just double check that real fast. Offense, yes. Sid Edwards with the catch. He fumbled. San Francisco recovered. Grayson made the recovery. So it's 1st and 10 at the Maroon 16. You got Gore, and we will go to him off tackle right. Blitz coming, so we will change it to a short slant to Gordy Sotal. No. Incomplete. 2nd and 10. McElhenney off tackle right. He fumbles. And that was recovered by Rice, a gain of 6. And speaking of Jerry Rice, we'll go 3 wide, and we'll look for... Actually, Rice is pretty well covered, so we'll go to Terrell Owens. Owens, no, incomplete. Now it's 4th and 4 from the 10. Janikowski from 27 is good. And it's 3-0 Gold Raiders. 9:56 left, opening quarter. Metcalf back deep for St. Louis along with Mitchell and Gilliam. Touchback. 1st and 10 for the Maroons. They trail by 3. They're 4-2 on the year. San Francisco at 5-1. A win here would tie them with best record, along with at least Washington and New York that I could think of off the top of my head. 1st and 10 at the 20 to Edwards, who fumbled the last time out. Gain of 2. And Peterson made the stop for San Francisco. Now it's 2nd and 8 at the 22. Warner will run, but not for much. 2 yards. Stubblefield on the stop. And that brings Sonny Randall into the game as a 3rd wideout. So let's set the receivers. He's up here, number 88. There's Torrey Holt. There's Isaac Bruce. 3rd and 6. Incomplete. Warner looking for Holt, and Willie Brown provided good defensive coverage. So the Gold Raiders getting it back on 4th and 6 at the 24. And a nice return, the punt by Jones, brought back by Taylor, 15 yards, so the net was only 29. 1st and 10 at the 47. San Francisco with a 3-0 lead and trying to build on it. Trap right, Gore, 1st and 10. He gains 3. Stallings on the stop for the Cardinals, and now we have 2nd and 7, ball directly at midfield to look for Rice on the short slant. And he's there. Jerry Rice, pickup of 15, and Roger Rurley brought him down. Back to the double tight end set. They'll go to Gore, off tackle left. Fumble recovered by St. Louis. Wilson with the recovery. Carter drilled Gore the force to fumble. And now St. Louis has it. 1st and 10 at their own 30. Warner to O.J. Anderson, who loses a yard. Stubblefield on the stop. We're Frisco, and it's now 2nd and 11 at the 29. Throw and a catch, but a marker.
Holding offense, number 76, 10-yard penalty.
Warner to Holt for 12, but that's going to be negated by an Orlando pace penalty. 2nd and 21. Be a cab ride from San Francisco from here. Ball to 19. That's incomplete. Warner was looking for Jackie Smith there. 3rd and 21. Warner looking for Holt on a slant, which would have been well short of the first down anyway, but that fell incomplete. So Warner off to a slow start. 1 for 4, 10 yards. Jones back to punt for the Cardinals. For the Maroons. Cardinals in the HTFL since play in Arizona. 48-yard punt, returned 10 by Taylor. 5:57 left opening quarter. It's 3-0 Gold Raiders. Off tackle left. Gore on 1st and 10. Good for 2 yards. They'll go to McElhenney. Hugh McElhenney off tackle right. And with the St. Louis defense bunched up, they'll go to Rice on a medium fly instead. Tittle, with a lot of running room on the scramble, he gains 13. That moves it into St. Louis territory. A 1 running back, double tight end set, 2 wide receivers. They'll go to Gore off tackle right. Marker, we'll check that.
Holding. Offense. Number 82. 10-yard penalty.
Soltal gets called for the hold, and that makes it 1st and 20. McElhenney, trap right. And McElhenney picks up 7. Making it 2nd and 13. They'll go Gore on a screen. St. Louis in a dime set. Incomplete pass is Tittle, and Gore could not make the connection there. 3rd and 13. They'll look for Rice on a medium fly route. That's caught for a first, but let's check the penalty.
Offsides. Defense.
Play will stand.
5-yard penalty.
Worley called for defensive offsides. And it's now 1st and 10 Frisco at the St. Louis 29. Off tackle right, Frank Gore. To the line, and that's all. Walker on the stop. Base formation now for San Francisco. They'll look for Owens. Long hitch. With a heavy blitz coming. The throw incomplete. It's now 3rd and 10 at the 29. Gore on a screen. Blitz coming. St. Louis.
Grabbing the face mask. Defense. 15-yard penalty. Automatic.
I was going to say St.
Down.
Louis was in a quarter defense, but they commit a face masking call, and that moves it to the St. Louis 14. San Francisco must be patient. Off tackle left, Gore. And a gain of 4. They'll look to McElhenney. Trap right on 2nd and 6. And McElhenney has the touchdown. 9th play of the drive. 9 plays, 57 yards. 4 minutes, 27 seconds. And that was a surgical drive by the Gold Raiders. Janikowski's point after is good, and it's 10-0 with 1:30 left in the opening quarter. Metcalf back deep. That's Terry Metcalf. His son Eric plays with the Cleveland Browns, and you'll see them in a couple of games against Las Vegas on Monday Night Football. 1st and 10 at the 20. This is a throw and a catch to Bruce, a gain of 9. That sets up 2nd and a yard. Ball to 29. And a long gain there, 22 yards, as Warner found Torrey Holt, for the gain. We'll check him out. His best game was against Detroit in that 45-20 win where we got 168 yards receiving. 1st and 10 at the 49er 48. And that'll do it for the first quarter. San Francisco 10, St. Louis nothing. And here are the upcoming games. I'm recording this on Sunday, August 30th for air. Thursday, September 3rd. This will be airing at 7 o'clock. So if you're catching the game before 9 o'clock on Thursday, September 3rd, I beg your pardon, Indianapolis and Seattle will be our next game. That'll be an unplugged game where I do very little commentary and I'll let the AI handle most of it. Then, as you watch this, if you are watching this on Thursday the 3rd, tomorrow night, Friday night, the 4th of September, we'll do the Monday night game, Las Vegas at Cleveland, and that will be a YouTube premiere at 7 o'clock, and then it'll be on demand after that. And then I'm going to we'll do our normal weekend activities on the 5th, Grand Slam Wrestling and the OOTP series. And then Tuesday, I will be coming back. I'm going to take Labor Day and the day before, September 6th off. My birthday, by the way. I turned 49. Indianapolis and Jacksonville will start week number 8. We just have 3 games in week number 8, and that Indianapolis-Jacksonville game will be Tuesday, September 8th at 7 o'clock. Back to the game. St. Louis, 44 yards of total offense. San Francisco, 111. St. Louis has run 9 plays. San Francisco has run 21 plays. Let's see what Warner can do here. 1st and 10 at the Gold Raider 49. Off the hands of Bruce, who is all alone. See him there. And it just doinked right off of his hands. And that sets up 2nd and 10 at the 49. That is a little dump pass to Anderson, who gained 9 yards. 3rd and a yard, ball at the 40 of San Francisco. Anderson stuffed behind the line. He loses 2. So they'll bring in the field goal team. And this is going to be a 59-yard effort. If it misses, it gives San Francisco excellent field position. I believe that is Zerline kicking it. Bang! Good from 59, and it's 10-3. One of the longest field goals we've had this year in HTFL play, if not the longest. Zerline booted it from 59 yards. And the lead now for San Francisco cut to 7 at 10-3. We have 13-12 left opening half. Abe Woodson back deep for the Gold Raiders. He takes it just behind the 10, and he moves it out to the 34. They're saying Zerline might have been injured on that play, but we doubt that. No, he is out. He is out. So he'll be out for today and another game. 1st and 10, ball at the 34. St. Louis may have to make an emergency roster move to find a kicker. As I will show you again, they do not have a kicker in reserve. They just have 2 punters, so they might want to. They have Jackie Smith who could punt, and they have their regular punter Donnie Jones. So they might want to get rid of Jones and find another kicker. 1st and 10, ball to 34. Now, of course, St. Louis also has a bye week, so they could take the chance that Zerline could get healed in time for the next game. I'll tackle right. Actually, we're going to go double tight end. And we are going to stretch it. No, not sneak it. We're going to run a stretch play with Gore on 1st and 10. And that is a gain of 4. Little makes the stop for the Maroons. To Hugh McElhenney off tackle left, 2nd down. E.J. Jr. hurt on the play. And they'll bring Ogletree in to replace him. 3rd and 6. They look for Jerry Rice, I think. Yes, indeed. Short cross. Incomplete. 4th and 6, and the Gold Raiders will punt. And here's Tommy Davis. San Francisco into the wind. They had the wind advantage for the first quarter, so they'll have it in the 4th. Wind no more than 10 miles an hour. And that punt went 46. Hakeem returned at 11, so the net 35 yards. 1st and 10, ball to 28. St. Louis has 72 yards to go for a touch. See what they can do. Otis Anderson picks up 4 yards. He has on the day 3 carries for just 1 yard. 2nd and 6 at the 32. That is Anderson again, who gains 5. 3rd and a yard, ball at the 37. We have 11:07 left in the half. That went to Holt. I'm sorry, not to Holt, but to Jackie Smith. As there's a tight end that wears 81, and there's Torrey Holt who wears 81, and that was a gain of 16 yards for a first down. Warner threw for 349 last week against Dallas, 24 for 38, and 3 touchdowns. 1st and 10, again, St. Louis has found San Francisco territory at the 47. They trail 10-3. That's over the middle. That time they found Torrey Holt, and that was a gain of 14. Brown on the stop for the Gold Raiders. 1st and 10 Maroons, and Anderson punches through for 4. Ronnie Lott came up and made the tackle. 2nd and 6 at the 29. Warner's going to scramble. Close to the first, he's got it. Gain of 6. Warner was not really all that well known for his running ability when he played. So that caught San Francisco by surprise, probably. 1st and 10 at the Gold Raider 23. Incomplete. Warner looking for Jackie Smith there. 2nd and 10. They give to Anderson, and Anderson scoots by and has a touchdown. Looked like a few defenders were there for San Francisco, but he scooted right by them, and when he did, he had clear sailing. So OJ from 23 yards out, and we are a point away from a tie game, which has now taken place. Jackie Smith came on to try the point after, and it was good. Jackie Smith could also punt on top of his tight end skills. So they brought him in for the extra point, and it's good, and we are dead even at 10-10. We have 7:14 left in the opening half. Woodson back deep for San Francisco. That kick goes out of bounds.
Kicking team.
That was Jackie Smith kicking off. And not used to kicking. That seemed to be a little bit of a trouble for Smith to keep it in play. So San Francisco gets good field position at their own 40. A 10-10 tie now. And they're going to stay with that running attack, and they're going to run it right with Hugh McElhenney. And McElhenney up to the 45, 46-yard line, a gain of 6. Gore, trap right on 2nd and 4. Can he get a little more? Nope, just short. And it'll be 3rd and inches. Quarterback sneak for Y.A. Tittle here. And he punches it through. 1st down and a gain of a yard. San Francisco's actually going to slow the play down a little bit here. Trap right Gore on this 1st and 10. And Gore with a gain of 7. A reverse to Rice on 2nd and 3. See if they can catch St. Louis sleeping. And Rice turns it up the field. Hang on to that football. No, he cannot. Pick up by St. Louis. And it's a touchdown. Hill with the recovery. And he goes all the way. The fumble recovery goes 71 yards. Jackie Smith with the point after, and this is not automatic by any stretch of the imagination, but he gets it, and it's 17-10. So the Maroons have stormed back with 17 unanswered points, and they have the lead now with 3:54 left in the half. Woodson back deep, and this kickoff, a short one, returned nicely. Woodson,
Holding,
51 yards, but it's going to come back. Holding on the receiving team, and that backs San Francisco all the way back to the 9. Critical penalty there. So San Francisco has committed 2 turnovers. St. Louis has committed a turnover. Gore trap right. As they will stick to the running game. Loss of a yard. Bill Walsh saying, well, maybe we should throw it here. They'll go to Terrell, medium cross. On 2nd and 11. Tittle? No, sir. We cannot find Owens. And that sets up 3rd and 11. Tittle will go to the shotgun. And look for Jerry Rice here. Incomplete. Wilson, the intended receiver, as Tittle had to change to play and throw underneath. And that sets up 4th and 11, and all of a sudden San Francisco can't do anything. Tommy Davis punting into the wind, a little bit of a breeze. And Hakeem, with the return, puts it into almost into San Francisco territory at the 49 of St. Louis. Return went 3, the punt went 46, the net was 43 yards. 2:46 left in the half. St. Louis with a 17-10 lead. Quick pass to Anderson, but it didn't find its mark. Incomplete. 3 wide receivers in. Holt, Roos, and Sonny Randall. 2nd and 10 at the 49. This is a give to Anderson, and he loses a yard. Charles Haley came up and made the tackle, and it's now 3rd and 11. Ball at the 48. Throw, incomplete. Looking for Bruce. And now St. Louis must punt. See what they do here. 4th and 11 at the 48. Here's Jones. Jones in punt formation. Headed to the sideline and goes out of bounds at the 14. The punt went 38. 2 minutes and a second left to go. They'll go Gore off tackle right, since they pretty much have a free play here before the 2-minute warning. Gain of 4. Worley hurt. His return is probable. So now they bring Todd Light in at corner, and now they could throw on the corners and exploit Rice. They could use Rice, and they could use Terrell Owens with much greater ability. 2-minute warning at 17-10 San Francisco. Medium fly to Jerry Rice. Gold Raiders have 2 timeouts left. An incomplete pass. Tipped by Fisher. They'll go Owens, medium slant on the 3rd down play. Soltow could not find a handle on that. And it's 4th and 6, and San Francisco will have to punt again. Here's Tommy Davis. And that's taken by Hakeem, and Hakeem with running room. Hakeem, a dream for St. Louis. Touchdown. 61 yards. And the Maroons are doing it with big plays. Jackie Smith with the point after. Again, not automatic. And he missed it. So it's now 23-10 with 1:34 left in quarter number 2. Abe Woodson again back deep. Another short kick. Remember, Jackie Smith is kicking the rest of the game. And it was Washington returning at 25 yards to the 43. They'll look for Rice. Medium out on 1st and 10. Tittle will scramble. And he's got a lot of running room. 30. Down about to the 25. Yes, to the 25. A gain of 32. And San Francisco quickly calls time. Ball to 25. How about Terrell Owens here, folks? Medium slant. Blitz coming. Hit for 81. Not there. Incomplete. They'll go Gore on a screen. 2nd and 10. And Gore's got a touchdown. Frank Gore from 25 yards out. Just a 3-play drive for the Gold Raiders that went 57 yards and only took 34 seconds. Your point after try, Janikowski, makes it 23-17, and we still have 46 seconds left in the second quarter. In the first half, Metcalf back deep. He takes it at the 10. And a return of 28 out to the 37. Don't count St. Louis out just yet because they still have all three of their timeouts. And they're at their own 37. If they advance at 30 yards, they'll be in field goal range. 1st and 10. The throw incomplete. Warner looking for Anderson. 30 seconds. 2nd and 10 at the 37. Warner on a screen. And that's Anderson. Gets out of bounds. A gain of 5. 3rd and 5. 19 seconds left now. Another gain of 5. Now keep in mind, Jackie Smith is your kicker, so they're not going to have much of a field goal game. 3-2 prevent deep zone. That's what I'm going to call. With 6 seconds left. Warner's got to go long, but instead he goes underneath. And that is not going to be your half yet. But St. Louis is not going to call a timeout. And that's your half. 23-17, St. Louis. And just a reminder that every weekend I take a look at my OOTP 21 Perfect Team Series. You see it on OOTP. It's called the Universal Pioneers. We haven't been doing too well as of late, but every weekend I do a video updating the team status, how they've been doing, and make my latest transactions. So that's the OOTP 21 Perfect Team Series. As I recorded this, I put up 2 parts on Sunday, August 30th, because the OOTP servers were not working initially, but about an hour later everything came back online and I was able to do my transaction. So that's every weekend we do the OOTP 21 Perfect Team Series. The next video on that front should be Saturday, September the 5th. And what a wild first half it has been. St. Louis trailed 10-0 at one point. They stormed back. And they lead now at halftime, 23-17. They have 135 yards of total offense. San Francisco with 205. They have run 38 plays. San Francisco has, and St. Louis has only run 27. They got a couple of big plays. The Hill fumble recovery for 71 yards, and then Alzair Hakim with a 61-yard punt return. St. Louis gets the ball to start the second half. Here's Metcalf. Taken in front of the goal line, and a nice return for Metcalf to the 29, and Jack Tatum made the tackle. The return went 29 and out to the 31. 1st and 10 St. Louis, ball to 31. Pitch to Edwards, and Edwards with a lot of running room. He dodges and weaves for an 18-yard gain, and that is Lester Hayes who made the tackle for San Francisco. So this could be a statement win for St. Louis if they get it. They'd go to 5-2 on the year and hang with Washington, only trailed by a game in that lower East division that some are calling the soccer equivalent to the group of death. 1st and 10 at the 49. Throw, and Smith was well covered by Grayson, and that's an incomplete pass. 2nd and 10 at the 49 now. Pitch to Anderson, and Anderson with a lot of running room. He gains 14. Khalil Mack comes over and makes the tackle for the Gold Raiders. 1st and 10 at the 37. Edwards picks up 6. Peterson on the stop. Now 2nd and 4 at the 31. Edwards back to the line, and that's all on that play. Leo Namalini brought him down. Now a 3rd and 4 at the 31. And that's a 2-yard loss for Anderson. Hardman makes the tackle. Anderson on the day, by the way, 9 carries, 44 yards. Ball at the 33, but with no Zerline to kick field goals, they will punt. And I'm going to watch for a fake here. That's a touchback. Jones just a little too far in, but there was very little that St. Louis could do. They could have gone for it on 4th and 6, but they chose not to. They punted, and they only netted 13 yards there. San Francisco has been having success running the ball, 24 carries, 136 yards as a team. Gore has 50 of those yards on 14 carries. McElhenney has seen 6 carries and 28 yards, so we'll go to him off tackle right. Blitz coming, so we are going to change the play to a slant to Rice. A fumble recovered by St. Louis. Tittle tried to pitch it to Randy Cross. Little stripped it. And a wild scramble for the ball. Brockers came up for it for St. Louis. So again, an offensive miscue for the Gold Raiders, who have really shot themselves in the foot the last quarter and change. 1st and 10, ball at the 18. No gain for Anderson. Hardman made the tackle for the Gold Raiders. Now 2nd and 10. Warner. Throw and a catch to Bruce, who gains 12. 1st and goal at the 6. Over the middle to Edwards. He could not hold on. 2nd and goal, 6-yard line. Warner. He's intercepted by Dave Grayson, the Oakland Raider. And that's his 2nd pick of the year. Comes at a perfect time for San Francisco. They trail by 6. They have it at the 20, and that was the 5th turnover today for both teams. Gore pitch right on 1st and 10. Gore picks up 5. Tittle, by the way, 4 for 14, 69 yards and a touchdown. And that is it. We'll go to Gore again. Pitch left. Try to wear out the perimeter. And Gore past the 30 and a 1st down, a gain of 7. They're going to look for Fisher here, who is Owens is who he is covering, and they're going to go medium hitch on 1st and 10. That's caught. Owens got just enough space and picks up 23. They'll go to Rice on a slant. 1st and 10. He's got it. And a gain of 13. So Tittle gaining some confidence. Gore on a screen. 1st and 10 at the Maroon 32. Gore picks up 8. And Meinert makes the tackle, or Meinert, for the Maroons. 2nd and 2. We'll go Gore again. Dive play. Try to hammer down the 1st right there. He got it. Move it to the 22 for a 1st and 10. Rice. Short cross. A sack by Wilson. Loses 4. Tittle does. And now it is 2nd and 14 at the 26. The Gold Raiders are only down 6, so a field goal really doesn't hurt their cause at all. Medium out. Jerry Rice. Blitz coming, so we'll change it to a medium slant. Incomplete off of Rice's hands. Rice almost got that one. Now a 3rd and 14. A medium pass. Owens. Incomplete. DJ Jr. injured again. They'll bring London Fletcher in for him this time. Field goal time, Janikowski from 43. Not good. So the Maroons take over with 3:27 left in the 3rd. It's 23-17. 1st and 10. Bruce could not hang on to that one. It was him against Lester Hayes. Warner having an off day too. He's 10 for 22 and 105 yards. 2nd and 10 at the 33. Incomplete. Nearly intercepted by a lot. Willis was hurt, but he will stay in the game. 3rd and 10 now. That went to Holt, who picked up 18. They needed 10, and that's good for a 1st. 1st and 10 at the 49 of San Francisco now with 3:04 left in the quarter. That's Jackie Smith, who gained 11. And Ronnie Lott pulled him down First and 10 at the Gold Raider 38. End around to Torrey Holt, and that's no gain. Tackle by Charles Haley. Second and 10. And that's one of the 81s, Jackie Smith, and that's a big gain, 32 yards, all the way to the San Francisco 6. First and goal. Touchdown, Sid Edwards. 29-17 with 4 seconds left in the third quarter. Again, we're going to have another adventure here with Jackie Smith kicking here. Good. And it's 30-17 with 4 seconds left in the third. So this should be the last play, perhaps, if it's not a touchback. Here's Woodson. Returned all the way out to the 41. A nice return for him. So we have played 3. San Francisco trailing St. Louis 30-17. Coming up this weekend, Grand Slam Wrestling's match of the week. Farmer Burns defending his GSW World Heavyweight Championship against Dr. Wagner Jr., the former World Junior Heavyweight Champion, who just beat Roddy Piper by this on cuts. So he will be getting a rematch of for the Junior Heavyweight title when Piper next defends it. But Dr. Wagner Jr. could win the world title and not need that rematch. That match will be available Saturday, September the 5th, 10 o'clock in the morning Eastern Time, right here on the Big Paulie's World of Sports Sims channel. 30-17 is your score between St. Louis and San Francisco. St. Louis wins, they move to 5-2, and they would drop San Francisco to 5-2. San Francisco's only loss this season was to New England, a 10-7 loss in week number 2. 250 total yards for St. Louis. They have run 44 plays. San Francisco's run 47, and they have 257 yards. I think you will see the Gold Raiders throwing the ball a bit more here. They'll look for Gore first on a screen. Gore, we have 14 yards. BJ Jr. makes the tackle for the Maroons, St. Louis. As I was saying in the third quarter, they're looking for a statement win after that heartbreaking loss at home to Dallas by a few points. Slant to Rice. This first down, that's incomplete. Tittle looked like he was going to Wilson instead, and that was nearly picked off by Wilson. Rice again, short cross. That's caught, and a first down. A gain of 12. Short pass to Gore on first and 10 now. Completed. Gore to the right sideline and a gain of 14. Now, first and 10 San Francisco at the St. Louis 19. They'll look for Soltal here on the medium slant. Blitz coming, so this is the perfect call. A strike to Soltal and a touchdown. So the lead is 7, and the point after try is good by Janikowski, and it's 30-24. That missed extra point by Jackie Smith may prove large before this game is over with. Metcalf back deep for the Maroons. I nearly said Cardinals again. Takes it at about the goal line. And the return to the 31. Return was officially 32 yards. Warner, 14-27, 172 yards, an interception, and a touchdown. Not a good day for him. First and 10 at the 31. Over the middle. I believe that is Jackie Smith, and it is. A gain of 22 before Ronnie Lott could make the tackle. And here come the Maroons. First and 10 at the 47 of San Francisco. It took them one play to move into the plus side of the territory. Gain of 4 by Anderson. And that makes it second and 6 at the 43. Anderson again, a fumble. Bruce picked it up. And in total, it went 4 yards. Now a 3rd and 2 at the 39. Incomplete. That sets up 4th and 2, and they'll leave the offense on the field. They're kind of in a no man's land with no Zerline and Jackie Smith doing the kicking duties. 4th and 2. They get the first, and Anderson picks up another 8 yards on top of it for a gain of 10. Brown makes the tackle at the 29. Any score here by St. Louis, it's a 2-score game. 1st and 10 at 29. Throw and a catch to Bruce. Hayes on the tackle, a gain of 12. Dana Stubblefield a little shaken up. In the red zone, 1st and 10 at the 17. Sid Edwards looking for his second touchdown. That's a gain of 5. Anderson scored the first touchdown. Hill with the fumble recovery, then Hakeem, and then Warner threw it to Edwards for the 4th touchdown St. Louis has had. They also had a 59-yard field goal before Zerline got hurt. 2nd and 5 at the 12.
False start. Offense, number 32, 5-yard penalty.
Anderson, offsides. False start, I'm sorry. 2nd and 10 now, back at the 17. To Holt, but incomplete. 3rd and 10. St. Louis will have a very interesting call if this is incomplete.
Pass interference. Defense, number 52, 5-yard penalty. Automatic, 1st down.
And that gives St. Louis another 1st down. Ball now at the 12. 4 fresh set of downs for St. Louis. Here's Edwards. No gain. And the clock continues to move. 11th play of the drive for the Maroons. 7:43 to go. Touchdown to Bruce. Isaac Bruce, and it's 36-24. And now St. Louis will try to make up for the missed extra point by going for 2. Anderson, yes, he's got it. 2-point conversion is good. And that makes it 38-24 with 6:54 left in the 4th. Woodson back deep for San Francisco. They'll need some big plays here. And Woodson takes it on the run. Almost makes it to midfield, a return to 28 to the 47. Remember, you got Jackie Smith kicking off because Zerline got hurt. Tittle will look for Billy Wilson. He will instead scramble and pick up 6 yards. They'll put Soltow out wide, throw to him on the cross. A dump off to Gore instead, the gain of 10. They'll go Owens, medium slant. Instead, it's a dump to Rice, who gains 8. On the check down, Worley on the tackle. Medium pass. They'll go to Owens again. Tittle will run again. 20, 10. He's in there. Touchdown. 29 yards out. Nice run by Y.A. Tittle. Your point after try, good, and it's 38-31 with 4:10 left. So this is the second game in a row where both teams have gone over the 30 mark. With 4:10 left, you give it back to St. Louis. Metcalf, Mitchell, and Williams back deep. Or Gilliam. I'm going to kick it at an angle. And it's Metcalf. Only out to the 27 and a holding call on E.J. Jr. Play is backed up to the 11. And San Francisco needs a stop, and they need one in the worst way. 1st and 10, ball at the 11. Anderson, a gain of 5. Lester Hayes on the stop. 3:52 to go. Each team with all 3 timeouts. 2nd and 5. Anderson, he's got the 1st down. Breaks it to the outside and gains 16. Willis on the stop for San Francisco. 1st and 10 at the 32. We have 3:01 to go. Edwards loses a yard. San Francisco will keep the timeouts for now. 2nd and 11 at the 31. This is Anderson, no gain. 2:06 left. They'll just let it go to the 2-minute warning. And I think after this, you'll see the Gold Raiders call their timeouts. We have 2 minutes to go. St. Louis 38, San Francisco 31. Warner 17 of 32, 218 yards. Will they keep it on the ground and force San Francisco to burn a timeout, or will they go for it here? 3rd and 11, critical play.
False start. Offense, number 61, 5-yard penalty. Repeat, 3rd down.
DeMarco called for the false start. 3rd and 16. Warner, long throw, deflected by Lott and incomplete. So the Gold Raiders will have all 3 timeouts at their disposal. Jones back to punt. Punt goes out of bounds. We'll check for a penalty. Not there. So San Francisco starts at the 39. They have to get a touchdown. We have 1:49 to go. Owens. We might as well just go for it here. Long fly. Incomplete. Batted up by Hill, who had the defensive touchdown earlier. Let's take a look at him, if we can. Jimmy Hill. Wilson, medium out on 2nd and 10. He's got it. Fumble. And 6 the other way.
Illegal motion. Offense, number 21,
It's going to stand.
5-yard penalty.
White forced a fumble. Fisher scooped it up. And it's 44-31. And Fisher's fumble recovery, 63 yards. The second fumble recovery for a score on the day for the Maroons. Your point after, no good. Jackie Smith missed another one. And the lead is 13 with 1:26 to go. And Woodson back deep for the Gold Raiders. He takes it on the run. Out to the 42, a return to 24. Rice, medium out. Instead, it dumped to Wilson, a gain of 8, but it's going to come back. Jim Otto called for offsides, for holding, and it's now 1st and 20. Medium slant, Jerry Rice. Incomplete. 57 seconds left. Rice, medium cross. Gain of 16. He's got his 6th catch, and that's a season high for him, which shows you how loaded this Gold Raider team normally is. 3rd and 5. Short pass to Rice. He's got it, but we'll check the marker.
Personal foul. Offense,
Ooh.
number 79, 15-yard penalty.
And that's a big one. Bob St. Clair. See him there? He's out of Tulsa. 6'9". Back in an era where there weren't too many offensive linemen that were that tall. Gore on a screen. 3rd and 20. Gets close to the first. A gain of 16. That's 87 yards receiving for him. And San Francisco calls timeout. They have 29 seconds left. Might as well just throw a bomb here. They'll look for Rice. Tittle. Gonna be intercepted by Light. The 5th turnover of the day for San Francisco. And Warner should just take a knee and call this a game. Because I will not call timeout because... Actually, San Francisco called a timeout? Oh well. I'm sorry, guys. That was bad sportsmanship on my part because I wouldn't be able to change the outcome anyway. Poor play on my part. And your final, St. Louis 44, San Francisco 31. What a game this was, as it was 10-0 San Francisco, and then St. Louis came roaring back, and it was a shootout the rest of the way. San Francisco outgained St. Louis 423, 320, 337. San Francisco was perfect in the red zone, 2 touchdowns and a field goal on their 3 trips. St. Louis misfired on one of their trips. 5 turnovers for San Francisco, and that was the difference maker. We had 13 penalties. San Francisco ran 62 plays and St. Louis ran 61. They were both dead even on first downs. Player stats. Pretty tough call you give the game ball to, because the defense for St. Louis really won them the game with a couple of turnovers and a punt return for a score. Don't know who they would give it to. That'll be very interesting. And there's the scoring again. 44-31, St. Louis moves to 5-2 on the year, as you'll see here in the standings box in the upper left. They go 5-2, a game behind Washington, a game ahead of Dallas, and 2 ahead of Miami. And San Francisco is now tied with Kansas City at 5-2, but they hold a lead over Kansas City based on the tiebreaker. The game in the very first game in HTFL play, they beat Kansas City. So that's the first tiebreaker is head-to-head, and San Francisco right now owns it. So again, here are your next 3 games. Indianapolis at Seattle at 9 o'clock tonight. The Unplugged game where I'll do very little commentary. Monday Night Football, actually on a Friday night. Las Vegas at Cleveland. That will premiere on YouTube 7 o'clock. And then we'll take a few days off for Labor Day and my birthday. And on September 8th, Indianapolis at Jacksonville at 7 o'clock. And we only have 3 games to do on week number 8. So it'll be Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. And then the following week we will come back for week number 9. Again, your final 44-31, St. Louis beats San Francisco. And this has been Big Paulie coming to you. We wish you well, no matter where you are and where you may be. Godspeed and God bless. Take care of each other, and bye-bye for now, everybody.